was Waves by Portugal the Man, one of 13 Fold's favorite bands. And I actually wanted to take a second and thank our sponsors at Empire Guitar and MBS and C-Pain, who have been very generously sponsoring these shenanigans for probably far too long now. So thanks, guys. So yeah, this is it. We're doing segment number 2. We've lined up a guest. We've got Bob from Greenwich Cove Meadery. He's going to be joining us in the next segment. So don't go anywhere. If you have ever wanted to know anything about the, brewing of mead, and we're going to find out more about that, then stay tuned, because we're going to learn a lot about mead and the drinking of mead in segment 3 here on 13.
You're already learning about the drinking of mead.
I'm learning a lot about the drinking of mead tonight.
Oh, there you go.
What do we? You've got the notes tonight, my brother. What are we doing?
Why would you guys? I'm baffled that you guys would let me take notes on this whole thing.
Fire.
Oh, well, you know what? What happened today was Eric Holder.
Right. So Eric Holder resigned today.
Yeah.
6 years in. He's actually the longest serving member of Obama's cabinet.
Oh, yeah?
At 6 years.
So the question is, who's going to replace him? Because he's been pretty good to our cause. You know, Eric Holder has really spoken up and defended the legalization movement. I
wouldn't go that far.
Well, he hasn't defended it.
I wouldn't go that far.
But he hasn't gone after Colorado. He hasn't gone after Washington.
And he recommended that they relax the prosecution of marijuana-related crimes. So, I mean, he's definitely been a friend to the cause. I'll agree to that.
He's been very supportive of accepting what the states are doing, and that's important. But who's going to take his place?
Bobby Kennedy.
Bobby Kennedy?
Well, it's his clone. They cloned Bobby Kennedy, from what I understand. And they're going to be bringing him back because everyone's like, oh, who was the best attorney general of all time? And people are like, oh, Bobby Kennedy. So
if they cloned him, does that mean he has a shorter lifespan? Is that how that works?
Yes, 7 years. It's Blade Runner rules.
Okay.
So he's got 7 years.
So he'll be the second longest attorney general.
Exactly.
Right.
But the real breaking news that I found in the news today, and another supporting fact of why you should never let me do the notes, is Kim Kardashian.
Can you shut his mic off right now?
Was actually accosted at the Balmain fashion show. Balmain is how they say it in the fashion world. And some guy who's like this 25-year-old journalist, paparazzi guy. You know what? Don't laugh at me. This is important news. Kim Kardashian is serious.
I actually have 2 more Kim Kardashian stories, so I think we should run with this. I don't know how we all have we both have Kim Kardashian.
But Kanye West wasn't injured in the assault.
But her son Northwest was there. And people are wondering why.
And how is this relevant to anything?
Because it's Kim Kardashian at a fashion show. Do I need to draw you a picture? Also,
are you trying to get 13 folds in like Us Weekly and
whatever it takes, man.
Whatever it takes.
High profile. We're going to the top.
Well, what do you have? We missed the whole NFL thing.
What NFL thing did we miss?
There's been a lot of NFL things.
Well, it's been complete anarchy. You look at it. There's people beating their wives, beating their kids.
Isn't that just kind of the way it rolls in the NFL?
As long as you're not smoking pot.
And that's the issue I have.
Yes. Yep.
Is that they were done. They gave a 2-game suspension originally for Ray Rice for knocking his wife the F out in an elevator, like he was Mike Tyson. She dropped.
Poor Wes Welker got 4 games for taking a tab of ecstasy at like the Kentucky Derby during the off season.
Yeah, but then they take the guy from Cleveland, and I can't remember his name. They suspend him for the entire year for smoking weed. So what the NFL is telling you is that it's all right to beat your old lady and to beat your kid and to take ecstasy, but if you smoke weed, that's where we draw the line.
And you don't agree with that policy?
I totally don't agree with that policy.
Can you elaborate?
Well, yeah, weed is actually very good for concussions. This has been proven scientifically, actually. So, instead of punishing these guys for smoking marijuana, what they should really start doing is the NFL should start looking into, and we've talked about this before, they should actually start looking into maybe the treatment of cannabis use medically for concussions and stuff like that, which seem to be the major issue in the NFL and a lot of sports. And they've scientifically proven with cannabis that it protects against the brain damage, like it cushions the cells.
I've never had a concussion, so.
Well, that's because you haven't been fishing.
I mean,
long
it's
enough.
empirical evidence at best. Dave makes up most of his facts right on the spot.
No, we definitely have the studies on this, and we talked about it before, where they've been doing the testing. People that are taking cannabis that have the concussions, and it actually repairs brain cells. It's the same principle as what they're doing. It's with the CBDs. And what they talk about is the THCs. You got to spread the information around because it's not readily available, and that's the problem.
We won't have any research on it until it's dropped from being a Schedule I drug. It's just not gonna
but
happen.
there's where the research is being done is in Israel. And that's the thing.
And when's the last time anyone watched an Israeli football game? I think is the real point here.
No, but if people start paying attention to the research that they're doing over there, I mean, they're real scientists. They're not make-believe scientists that they're bringing up just because they're in Israel. They're real scientists. They're doing the research right now where it's legal and supported by the government. You know, and that's what we need to get into in this country is we need to have the government be more supportive of the clinical studies that they're trying to do in this country.
Is this the Week in Weed? Are we doing the Week in Weed right
Should
now?
we do the Week in Weed?
I think you already had
I feel like we've segued.
I think it's done.
Well, then let's do the Week in Weed.
Let's do it, man.
I'll tell you about what's going on right now in the Week in Weed. San Diego passed a law to allow up to 30 legal dispensaries to open up out there. The condition being that they have to make sure that all the illegal dispensaries that are going on, which isn't that like drug dealers? I mean,
I was going to say,
what do you call it?
It's a really fancy way of putting drug dealer, illegal dispensary.
So,
I like that.
So they want to get all the illegal dispensaries off of the streets, I guess. And once that's done, they've approved up to 30 legal dispensaries out in San Diego. Then what you got going on in D.C. is you got upcoming recreational vote where the polls in D.C. have 65% approval for, which is the highest ever thus far as any state, or D.C.'s not a state,
District.
but district as far as
Of Colombia,
voting.
too, I believe. It's not even really America.
That's not even America. That's Colombia.
Right. I've always wondered about that. How's
But
that
65% is a pretty good number. All right, and then you got Missouri passed a CBD bill this year for oils, which is going to put a cannabis initiative on the ballot for 2016, where they're going to try to legalize recreational use also out there, and that's pretty cool. You got New York actually passing not passing, but voting on a Regulation and Taxation Act. And if this goes through, it's going to take effect immediately. And New York went through they went through a lot of hoopla to get medical passed and decrim.
They have some of the strictest medical laws.
Some
in
of the
country,
strictest.
too.
And if this goes through, then it's just going to be like Colorado over in New
And
York.
is that a ballot question coming up on November 4th?
No, it's not a ballot question, actually. They're talking about this behind the scenes. This is what they're doing legislatively.
Okay.
Then in Maine, you got 3 more localities, and this is going to be a ballot question in Maine. You have Lewiston, South Portland, and York are putting recreational use on the ballot for the midterm elections.
So down East Maine is going to be lighting up.
Lighting up.
Probably
All
yes.
over.
You also have Alaska and Oregon voting in the fall.